Broadcast. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. And we're going a couple minutes here before we get started. I just want to welcome everybody in on this glorious, lovely Thursday, rainy, beautiful day in Western New York. All anxiously awaiting to hear from our governor to see what's going to happen for the rest of the year, but I don't know. We'll see. We're going to get started here in a couple minutes. Just got about a little bit lighter of a crew today, about 50 people coming in today, which is good. It's a nice size number right there. Got about 25 people here so far. All right, I'm seeing more and more people jump in. I got some people that are here from yesterday. I'd like to welcome you back. I see Brandy Brown has joined us, Mr. Gatus as well. Welcome back, Mr. Collins. Karen Stevens is in the house. Jerry Cook. Miss Bolander is here. Hey. Miss Nurhood, welcome aboard. Miss Washkalis and her superstar daughter is also in the house, so welcome. Like I said, we'll get started here pretty soon. I did get a question right off the bat. Good morning, Ed. Have we exhausted you yet? No, absolutely not. I'm a swimmer, I got endurance. We're good. I'm good. I was up till about 1 o'clock last night doing things, and I didn't even get to my emails until this morning. So those of you that have been emailing me throughout the day, well, pretty much from the webinar on, or before the webinar and then webinar on, I'm getting to those emails as fast as I possibly can. So thank you all for your patience. But thank you, Jerry, for asking. All right. All right, Mr. Johnson, I see your question there. You want your students to create a Word document and upload the files to the team. Yes, we're going to show you how to do that today. That is basically all that today is all about, boys and girls. It's just all about assignments. All right, I'm going to show you about 3 different types of assignments. We're going to get into a new team today that's going to work a little bit better than the team yesterday. For those of you that were in my level 5 yesterday, and I had you go and make channels in that team. One of the things I discovered immediately after we killed the webinar, me and my wife were looking at it like, I don't understand. All the allows were on and it should have worked, but then we noticed that it was in a class team, not a PLC team. If it was a PLC team, then yes, we're all in it together. It's like a group team. The team that I made up yesterday was a class team, so it's something that your students would be in. So they wouldn't be able to make a public channel, but they could make, and what you guys all did yesterday, if you were with me, is you could make a private channel. All right, and then you would also have to include me in that private channel. I can see who made the private channel, so I knew a bunch of people did the job, which was great to see. I think we had about 44 different private channels, which was awesome. But um, as far as having it displayed so everybody can see, you have to share the team with me or give me access to that team. So you'd have to invite me into your channel. Sorry, not team. You'd have to invite me into your private channel, and then I could display the channels. But that was for yesterday. Like I said, we're all learning. Um, we're all figuring this out together. I don't even consider myself a level 8 user of all this stuff yet. I'm still learning the whole ins and outs of the notebook and the team notebook and how to assign the pages and all that kind of fun stuff. I got it down pretty well, but I think we all, there's no reason to rush to get to level 8, including myself. I would say I'm a good level 7.5 right now, but as far as an 8 goes, I think, because I had some people asking like, how I got it, that's the whole district at level 7s and 8s. And no, definitely not. I think we might have maybe 10 people as a level 8, maybe that many. As a pure 100% knows the whole ins and outs of everything. If we have 10 people in the whole district, I think that would be a lot. All right. I think we have maybe a little bit more level 7s. And after today, hopefully we have a lot more level 6s. So welcome everybody. I got about 40 people here now, and it is 12:02, so I'm going to get started. So again, welcome aboard, and I'm going to turn it back right over to to our star student that came in yesterday. For those of you that weren't here yesterday, weren't on this webinar session, I brought in a student to give us the student perspective of what it's like to be in teams and what it's like to turn in work and what it's been like to be in this online learning, this emergency remote learning kind of environment and what it's been like. So she gave her perspective yesterday on all the different pieces of technology that people are using, whether it's web pages, whether it's Google Classroom, whether it's Teams, whether it's Reminder or whatever. All right. So I thought it's very important that we start hearing from our clients, that we start hearing from the students to see, what it's been like on that end. So I'm going to turn the microphone over to Carly Washkalis here in a second. I'm going to find her name. And basically, Carly, I'm just going to ask her some questions today just about assignments in Teams. We're not going to go into the full details again. So Mrs. Washkalis, I'm going to unmute your microphone. Are you there?
Yep, hi.
Is Carly? Oh, Carly's awake. That's good. Okay, Car. Yeah, yesterday I woke Carly up pretty early, and had work at 12 o'clock yesterday. So it was an early day for her. But anyways, but I want to thank her for coming back in again today. Basically, Carly, I just wanted to ask you just some quick questions about Teams and what it's been like working inside of Teams as far as assignments. So we're going to strictly just talk about assignments right now. So you can give us your perspective what it was like to turn in those. Go ahead.
I think the assignments are fairly easy to find and turn in. When I do go onto Teams and I go right in and I click on the team, right away comes up as posts, and usually the assignments come through as a post. So from there, I just hit view assignment and I can change it into Google Doc if I need to edit it, or I can edit it right in the browser. And usually my teachers, if I need to view an extra note packet or I need to look back at a lesson, usually in their files or their class notebooks. So the assignments are fairly easy to complete.
Okay, good. And yeah, and basically, when you say you're doing it in the browser, can you explain that? Because we have some people that are kind of, what do you mean by doing it in the browser?
So by browser, I mean that I'm doing it right in Teams, like I'm editing the Word document right in the Microsoft Teams app or right on my computer, right in Teams. Like I can edit it and then it'll save it. So then when I close the document, but I open it back up in Teams if I want to work on it later, all my work is saved.
Gotcha. So it's in this, so what you're saying is it's in this workspace. If I was on your team right now, and if I was you, it would be actually in this workspace area right here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you won't have to leave. So the students, what I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, is that the students won't have to leave the team in order to do work, but sometimes it might require it depending on what device they're on and depending on what they're using. So Carly, what kind of, what would you say as far as percentage-wise, when you do your work in Teams, are you doing it more on your phone or are you doing it more on the computer? Or is it about 50-50? What do you think?
I definitely do it more on the computer, but when everyone is using a different Wi-Fi, I do it on my phone. Usually I'm able to do it on my computer. So it's definitely a lot easier to navigate around on the computer, but it's possible to do in the Teams app.
Okay, and I have a question from a teacher. I mean, I know the answer, but I like hearing it from you. So when a teacher does post the assignment and you're doing it in the browser, isn't that editable by other students? So when you're working on it in the browser, can other students edit your work?
I don't think so. I think it's just solely your work, like your assignment. I don't think anyone else can edit it.
That is correct. Yeah. No, you're right. Because when it is an assignment, yeah, basically it's an assignment just to that particular student. So even though you might be doing it in that workspace, it is your assignment, it is your work, and nobody else can interfere. So you're absolutely right. Math. Are you doing anything in math? I'm not trying to throw your teachers under the bus. I'm just curious because I know math is kind of a hot topic right now. Are you doing anything online in Teams in math?
No, my math teacher does not post anything in Teams. He posts all his lessons and practice sets on his website,
Mhm.
and you can either print them out and like work on them from there, and or you can just like write out all the problems and work on them like that.
Gotcha. All right. Can't you set it so only students can edit their own copy? Yes. We pretty much answered that question. Um, okay. Okay, what kind of, let's do it that way. What kind of assignments have you done here in Teams? Like, has it been like essay? Has it been quizzes? Has it been, what kind of things have you been doing?
I do just like my APUS teacher assigns like these chart things, so it's like it'll have like a theme on one side, and then I have to fill in the other side with like an example. And then my usually it's just I do other work on like a different, like I'll write out work like for my APES teacher. I'll write out like these one sheet works, and then I'll upload my pictures of it and turn that in. And then for Spanish, he usually just posts like 1 or 2 page worksheets that I fill out.
Okay. All right, very good. Are there any questions out there for Carly, for the student, what it's like in the student world? Um, because I do want to get into our work session here, but if there are any teacher questions that are out there that want to be directed to the student, this would be the time to do it. So either raise your hand, I can unmute your microphone, or or just throw it in the question there, in the question box. Any questions? Last call for Carly. She's got to go back to bed. This is a long day for her. Hold on, I got a question. Have you used Notebook? Have you used Notebook in any of your classes, the actual team notebook?
I don't think so. I like the class notebook.
Yeah, like the class notebook that's inside of the team.
Okay, yes, I have. My Spanish teacher, he put a list of vocab words in it, and that's where I can find like the vocab words in the notebook.
Gotcha. Are the assignments blank? Not quite sure, Jessica, what you meant by that question. We'll get back to maybe on that one. But Mrs. Maynard is asking, I don't know if you know her.
Oh.
I know, you're rolling your eyes, I know, get it. But class notebook, when it comes to the class notebook itself, have you used OneNote versus a class notebook? Or don't you know what I'm even talking about?
I know what OneNote is. I just don't know if I've used it, if that makes sense.
That's fine. Another question. Do you feel like you get enough feedback from your teachers within this platform?
Yes, when they can return the assignments, like once we've completed them, and in that they can put in like a little note section, like when the other day when I talked about my teacher not being able to open my work, when he returned my assignment, he put right in the turned in assignment like the little note that I wasn't able to open your work. So I do get feedback from my teachers.
Gotcha. All right. And have you ever gotten an assignment where you ask a question, then you leave a blank, and then you just fill in the blank? Have you ever done an assignment like that? A teacher wants to know.
Yes, I do that for Spanish. He'll like have a little text box, and then I'll just fill in like the sentence in the blank.
Okay. And last question for Carly here. Do you find it difficult to work on your phone in Teams? Like, is it impossible? Because we're beginning to believe that more and more of our students out there are actually just doing the work on a phone, and that the chances of them having computers at home is probably pretty limited. So how has it been working on your phone in particular?
I don't think it's too hard to work on your phone. Sometimes it might even be easier because I probably type faster on my phone keyboard than on like an actual computer keyboard.
That's scary.
So, yeah, for
Yeah.
some for some people it might be easier. I mean I prefer a laptop, but I also have access to that. But I would say that the phone is pretty easy to use.
Gotcha. All right, Car. Well, thank you so much for your time and your effort, and I know that some teachers have asked you if you would be a fake student in their class, and maybe you got a little part-time job going on there as the official fake Grand Falls City School District student. But I've kind of helped that situation for you. I do have a list of fake students now that we can use, and they are right now. We have everybody from Johnny Quest to Velma from Scooby Doo. to Fred from Scooby-Doo, Peter Parker, Tony Stark, and so on. So hopefully, I hope I didn't take any business away from you, but we do have some fake students that we will be using that teachers can use now, so that if they want to practice giving assignments to a fake student, see what it looks like, they can log in and do all that. So sorry, Carly, I had to take your job away from you a little bit, but there's the unemployment checks that are going out there now, and I'm sure Trump will take care of you. I'm 100% sure, and I have total faith in him. Anyways, okay, but thank you again, Carly. I'm going to go ahead and mute.
No problem.
All right, have a good day.
You too.
All right, so that again is Carly Wash-Callis, and I'll to insert a text box. Yeah, I can maybe show that, Mrs. Maynard. Thank you for that input. It depends on the time here. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, here's what we're going to do today. Today's focus on this on our continuum, we're going to be at level 6 today. Now, like I said, don't be in such a rush to get to level 7, get to level 8. All right, there's not a competition. I really feel it's very important to really kind of master each level here before you move on. So it might take a webinar or two to get comfortable with it. And more importantly, it's going to take more practice on your end so that you are 100% comfortable before you launch into this world. All right. So far, what we did yesterday, we just showed you the layout, the dashboard, the channels, the tabs, all those kinds of things. Okay, so we kind of gave you the lay of the land. Now, today we're going to talk about probably the most crucial element of all this, and that is how do you give an assignment? How do you give out like a Word assignment that they can type in the way Carly was talking about, so that they can turn that work back into you? That's it. Like that, we're just talking about just an assignment, so it shouldn't get too crazy for you today. All right. When you start getting to level 7 and level 8, then we might get a little crazy. Okay, so you might be in level 6 for a couple days. So again, don't freak out. All right, so that's basically where we're heading today. All right, so what I have done is I've made a new team, and this is different than the level 5 team. I think I actually even killed the level 5 team because I didn't like the settings on it, so I actually just killed the level 5 team. So I did create a brand new team, so I'm actually going to have everybody in a second here join this team the way we did yesterday. I'm going to put the code on the screen. I'm going to have you join the team, and there are going to be 3 assignments that I'm going to give you so that you are basically going to be in this team as my students, okay? So you are going to see what the student sees. And then once we're done with those questions and all that, then we'll show you how to make up your team as the teacher and how you're going to post the assignment. So I do think it's very important that you see both sides of it here. So the webinar, the snowflake on the bottom of your screen, the webinar is going to show the teacher version, but you're going to be in the student version. So you can see both at the same time. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so once again, what we're going to be doing here is basically you can either use Chrome. If you've been in Chrome, that's fine. Or you can use Edge, whatever you want to do. I'm going to need you to go to office.com and sign in to your Office 365 account using your username and password from your laptop. All right, the same username and password you use to log into your laptop should be the same name that you use, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it is. All right, so if you're not able to get in to Office 365, because I do get those emails quite a bit, and that's not really my territory, but if you're not able to get in .com and it says your email is wrong or whatever, then try adding your middle initial or trying to take out your middle initial. That will probably solve the problem. Okay, so let's go ahead and everybody get to Office 365, please. All right, as everybody's logging in, I'll just answer a quick question. So if you do have material from the notebook software and you have it as a PDF, is there a way to convert it to a Word document? I have been a big fan of smallpdf.com. Smallpdf.com. I've used that a lot over the years, and it does give you some freebie conversions, so it should be okay. Or Zamzar is another one where you can convert a PDF to a Word document, and then you can plug that in, and the kids can start typing, and away they go. Okay, so smallpdf.com I think is the easiest. Zamzar is the next one that I know for sure will work out, like creating an account. Okay, so now everybody should hopefully be here right now. All right, you're in your Office 365 account. We've landed on our welcome page. Level 4, we talked about what all of these little tiles mean. These are all the different apps that you have to your disposal because you have this free account in the Niagara Falls City School District. Everything from Outlook, which does not work yet. Don't go there. This is your OneDrive. I'm going to reiterate again. This is your personal space. This is your personal hard drive in the cloud. So if your computer, you spill your coffee all over it right now. Oh, actually, it's 12 o'clock. So if you spill your beer all over it right now, your computer is dead, but all your files are saved. Okay, because you start saving them in your OneDrive. All right, same as Google Drive. This is your H drive that's in the cloud without having to be in a school. Okay. Your Word, Excel, PowerPoint, you're going to see how all three of these guys now will play into Teams. All right, so that's why this level 4 training was important. So hopefully you understand the concept of online Word, online Excel, online PowerPoint. OneNote, I do hear people talking about using OneNote and creating a OneNote, which is great. All right, you could start putting together your digital 3-ring binder, and then once that digital 3-ring binder is done, from one year to the next, all you got to do is share that 3-ring binder within your team, and boom, the kids have all the notes for the year. They have all their assignments for the year. You don't have to worry about making copies, for the love of God. You don't have to worry about making copies. The kids can function and work in there. And in the classroom, when we do get back to the classroom, with our touchscreen computers, the kids can write math problems right on their screens and submit their work. They can write notes right on their screen, and then they have a digital copy of their notes all the time. They can access their notes from their phone. They can access their notes from a computer, and so on and so forth. So that's, again, level 7, level 8 training. Is that will get a little confusing. I'm going to warn you now, right? But that's OneNote, and that's the class notebook over here. Same concept. The only difference is anything in OneNote is going to be read-only. It's like a page that all you can do is tear out. Class notebook, there are certain elements that are read-only, but then there are certain elements that the students can edit. All right, so that's the difference between OneNote and a notebook. All right, SharePoint, I'm going to talk about it. And we're going to mainly talk about Teams again today. So go ahead and click on Teams, please. All right, so what this is probably going to do is it's probably going to load up the last team that you were in, and it might have been that level 5 team that I've destroyed. So it might not be there. It might send you back to all the teams that you belong to, or all the teams that you have access to, like it could be your actual teams. So as it's loading up, I did want to share something that Mr. Gatus shared with me moments before the webinar, and that is, if you are the type of teacher that wants to consolidate all of your students into one class, you can absolutely do that. Okay, so like I know, like for example, Jerry Cook. All right, I'm just going to throw your name out there, Jerry. Sorry. I know she's got a whole ton of tiles with special ed kids and kids in 1 or 2 and the main set of class. So, I mean, you might have this huge set of kids. There is a way in which we can consolidate all of your classes into one team so that you're not having to click on and make extra clicks sending them to different teams. All right. I don't know if we'll get to that today, but we can definitely do that. It's all in the add student screen. Instead of adding individual students, you're going to add a class, and it will copy all those students into there. But I don't want to go too far down that road yet. All right, so right now you are hopefully in Teams. You clicked on the Teams itself. Now on your screen, actually I'm going to click on Teams. So on the left-hand side where it says Teams, it's got the little characters of Teams. You should see a list of all your teams. We're going to go ahead and click on that Join or Create Team in the upper right corner again. Same thing as what we did yesterday. If you were here, take a look on the webinar, click on your snowflakes so you could see me. All right, we're going to click in this upper right corner right up here where it says join or create a team. All right, and when you click on that, it's going to give you a couple options. Do you want to create a team, or do you want to join a team with a code? You're going to want to join a team with the code for today. This is for the professional development for this webinar. All right, and now I'm going to give you the team code. I probably should have had this up there earlier in the interest of time. Sorry about that. Go to my settings. Getting there and getting there. Sorry. Okay, team code, and put it on full screen here. So if you look on the webinar, I'll read it off too as well. But the team code is 1, the number 1, EM, D as in dog, O as in octopus, QJ. 1, EM, D, O, QJ. So again, you should be clicking on join or create a team, and then click on the tile that says join a team with the code. And the code is on the webinar. You can click on the snowflake to see it real quick, or I'm going to read it off again. 1 EM DO QJ. That should get you here. 1EM DOQJ. Right, and that will pull you in my team. And as you can see, feel free to say hello if you wish. I got my 44 members now coming in. Oops, I clicked on something on accident. Come on. All right, so once you get in there, feel free to post something, say hi to people, whatever you want to do. All right, I clicked on something it did not like. I'm gonna get back there. Okay, so feel free, like I said, because now I'm rebooting here. Hi, Jess, I appreciate your question. Is there a way to see for the students to not see the whole notebook and only the one section? Yes, basically it depends on what section, how you have it all set up. But again, I'm sorry to do this. That's for another day. That's the next level up. So that's the webinar that's going to start in about a half an hour. Okay, so I'm sorry, I don't want to answer that now because that starts pushing us in all different directions. Okay, all right, so I'm going to click back on my teams here. Sorry about that. My goodness. Okay, 16. All right, so everybody has joined. I saw that 44 members have joined my team in a record time, which is awesome. Okay, feel free on the bottom here, you can just say hi. And again, if you want to say hi to just one person, you type the @ symbol first. All right, type in the @ symbol first, and then whoever you want to send a private message to. Okay, again, all this can be turned off. I can mute everybody. I don't need, I don't even need to have this on here, but you might want to have it on depending on what you're doing within that world. Okay. All right, so I can scroll down here and you can see all these new messages that are going on here. So that's great. I appreciate everybody, jumping in there and posting something, posting a little hello. All right, but again, today the focus is all about assignments. So what I'm going to do right now, you're all my students right now, right? So everybody's sitting in here. We got some nice little emojis going on. That's great. Okay, I am going to post you an assignment right now. So I'm going to click on assignments. I made 3 assignments last night while I was sitting in bed at 12 o'clock in the morning. I made up 3 different assignments. And all I did was I saved them as drafts. So right now you didn't see them as soon as you came into this team. All right. If I assigned them last night when I made them, then as soon as you would have got to the team, you would have seen a notification that you got assignments. If you were already a member of the team, you would have gotten notification that there's assignments there. It would have been a pop-up menu. You would have got a little thing on your phone if you have the app on your phone as well, and so on. So you would know that your assignment is there. Okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a quick quiz here, and I've created this quiz already. So you can do an assignment as a quiz, and if you create it as a quiz, what you're doing is you're actually using forms. All right, so that's one of those level 4 features that we did. Basically, you're just using a form and you're embedding it right inside of your team. So now I'm going to click on. All right, so you can see right here the title of it is Level 5 Quiz. I have some questions here. Answer all questions in the form. So if you're looking on my page right now, I'm sorry, I should have said that. Probably confusing you. If you clicked on the snowflake and come back to the webinar, all right, and I'm going to have you guys do that a lot here. I'm sorry today. Click on the snowflake, go back to your browser. Click on the snowflake, go back to your browser. So this is what the teacher view is. I've created the assignment. I typed in the title. I gave the instructions. I inserted a resource. In this particular case, it's our form. And when I created it in forms and brought it in, it automatically, because there's 3 questions and I gave it 1 point per question, it automatically set the points. And there's answers already in the form. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to send it off to all students now. I can send it off to 1 or 2 kids if I really wanted to. If I wanted to separate, if I want to differentiate the class, I can do that. Send it only off to certain kids. But I'm going to send it off to everybody. So right now I'm going to click on assign. So now if you click on your assignments, you're going to know what's going to be sitting there. Okay. Notification probably just popped up on your computer. Now you'll have an assignment, so you're going to click on your assignments tab on the top. And this is just a 3-question quiz on level 5 stuff from yesterday or from whatever you took the webinar on the level 5 material. Okay. So go ahead and take that quiz. Once you get done with the 3 questions, you're going to hit submit. And I'm going to be on the teacher mode. So as soon as you're done with your quiz, you can come back to the webinar. You can see what I'm seeing teacher. Now, I'm not trying to embarrass anybody by, hurting you with the bad grade. Feel free to get questions wrong on purpose just to see what it's like. All right, you may want to try to get a question wrong on purpose. Hopefully you don't get the 3rd question wrong on purpose. Okay, just saying. Anyways, all right, so if you do come back to the Snowflake and take a look at the webinar screen, you're going to notice all my students are sitting here. I can tell who's not open the assignment yet. I can see that most people click on the assignment and it's viewed. Okay. And once you turn it in, it's going to automatically grade. It might take a second or so to filter over here because I do have 44 people that are working on it right now, but it might take a second to filter over. But you can see how many people like Kim got to, and I can guarantee you which question my wife got wrong. I'm probably going to say it's number 3, but that's who she is. But anyways, you can see all the assignments. You can see their grades are already coming up. Notice that Alan Stock 3, that's a 100%. Way to go. And Ruffalo, same thing. My wife got a 2. So embarrassed. And Valerie Clemmer, nice job. I can see the people who have turned it in. I can see people who have not turned it in. I can see people that have just opened it. Okay, so answer those 3 questions, please, and hit turn it in. Or that's just a submitting, actually. All right, so in the interest of time, I am just going to kind of press forward here a little bit while people are answering those questions. Do we need to have all the 5? Okay, I'll answer notebook questions at level 7. All right. When you assign, can you do all the classes that do it? Yes, if you have multiple classes and I have one assignment, I can assign it to multiple classes. So I don't have to create the assignment. If I have 4 different classes, I don't have to create the assignment 4 different times. I can assign it to 4 different classes all at one time. I think that's what you're at, Karen. Or, like I said, you can merge all your classes into one, and then that way you don't have to worry about an extra click. And yes, when you do, thanks Glahy, when you do hit submit, there'll be like a little video animation, little ice cream cone or a pony or rainbow or whatever comes up once you've completed the assignment. Okay. No, those little ponies and those kinds of things, that's something that's automatically defaulted. I don't know if you can decide what graphic comes up. I don't think you have that control. I think it's random. Okay. All right. So I'm going to refresh my page here real quick. Actually, I'm just going to go back to assignments and I'll go back to grades. All right, whoops. I'm going to go back to my assignments. So now when I look at my assignments here, now I'm the teacher, I'm just going to click on my assignments and you can see 45 out of 45 people turned it in. All right, this beats the packets. Okay, that was one of the big questions is, how do we know if the kids are doing the packets? We don't. We'll never know. If they don't turn them in, we'll never know if they ever actually did it. So the $30,000-$40,000 worth of copying that we done, we don't know what kind of return we're going to see on that. But in this world, you're going to know, right? In a website world, you're officially not going to know unless they email it to you, unless they drop it off at the school or whatever. But here, I can tell right now all 45 kids turned it in. So now I'm going to go over to my grades. I'm going to take a look at some of those. And just a quiz. All right. And now I can see everybody's grade now are showing up on the teacher here. So if we look back on the webinar, back to the webinar, real quickly scroll through, and then have a lot of very set in my life. I'm very embarrassed. You know, it is what it is. It's at the point. That's 20 years of marriage is due for you. So anyway, so I am going to pick on Kim. All right, Kim got a 2. It automatically graded it for me. I can click on these 3 bullets and I can go to open student work. And I can see what she did on the quiz. You can do this for every kid that you have if you really wanted to. Right? We talked about feedback with Carly. You know, do teachers give you feedback? This is one way in which you can give feedback. So here is Kimberly Maynard's quiz. Right? It says right up here, Kimberly Maynard. Right? These are the people. And question number 1, she said channel. Question number 2, she got it right. It says tabs. Question number 3, who was your favorite webinar host? And of course, she puts Mike, and she doesn't put her own husband of 20-something years. Awesome. But anyways, it did come up with the final grade, and it said that it was auto-graded. Right? So I can give feedback to Kimberly. And click on that little window icon right here. So this is how you're going to give his feedback, at least within a quiz. All right, I click on that little window, enter feedback. So I'm going to say, nice try, do it again. All right, and then I'm going to, go ahead and hit that, because the correct answer, of course, is add. But anyway, so basically, once that's done, oops, where is it? So I sent her the feedback, and stupid webinar thing gets in the way. Little taskbar, toolbar thing here. You don't see it on your computer, but I have it on mine. So I closed it out, and so what I did was I actually returned. I can go down here and hit return. So now it's going to return the quiz back to her. You can do that if you want. You don't have to return the quiz to her. All right. A lot of times, I have it programmed on her end anyways, and on all of your end. If you did get that question number 3 wrong by chance, when you get the return and you get the feedback, you'll notice I can't show that right now. I mean, unless, I guess I could. I don't want to spend that much time. It's already 12:30, so I'm trying to move it along. But on Kim's end, and this is what you can do with those fake students, you can always assign the quiz and see what it looks like on their end. But so on her end, she gets the quiz back. She sees what question she got wrong. She'll see my feedback. That's nice. Try again. She can actually hit the correct answer and then resubmit the test. Right. And then when the test comes back to me, hopefully she got that question right this time. So I'm going to go back to grades. I'm kind of refreshing the page a little bit. All right. And all the grades are filtering in. And I come down here. Oh, it's just going slow. Okay. All right. It's in the world of going back and forth right now. So sometimes it's not as instant as we want it to be. It could also be that I'm on a webinar right now. I'm using Teams right now. My wife is in the webinar. She's using Teams. My kid is on a webinar, is in a Zoom session upstairs. So like all of us are kind of drowning our speed here, our bandwidth speed. All right. So that's probably what's going on this, which was why it's taken so much more time. All right. So I'm going to go to another assignment right now that you're all going to get. All right. So again, I save these as drafts. What you can do is you can pick a day, and you can always schedule when you want your assignments to go out. So maybe you're sitting here on Sunday and you're creating assignments for the week. You can schedule when those are going to go out. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and give you this assignment right now. And the title of this one is Why Am I a Level 6? All right. So this is more about you. So this one's a little different. So if you can come back here to the webinar real quick. All right, I'll give you a second to click on the snowflake. Come back to the webinar. So here's the teacher view. Right. Again, I already had these pre-made. I am going to show you how to make your own here in a second. And then you're going to take over as a teacher. All right. So you're going to make your own class real quickly and then do this. All right. So anyways, this next assignment, this is going to be like a short answer, write it out on a Word document type of an assignment. So my title is Why Am I a Level 6? I have the instructions. Please review the attached Remote Learning Continuum PDF and submit a short essay explaining 2 reasons why you believe you're a Level 6 member on the attached Word document. So I've actually added 2 resources this time. On that last one, on the quiz that you just took, that was 1 resource. All right, that was a form. All right, that was just a quiz. That's from Word Form. It's an online form that I did. Now I'm going to put 2 resources in on this assignment. I put a PDF with the emergency remote learning continuum. That's that little graphic that we look at all the time. That's this thing. All right. And I'm also going to put a Word document that has the template on there. And I also included the graphic. Just I cut and pasted it right on the Word document so you don't have to go back and forth. So I did it anyways, just to show you that it can do it. I can add more resources just by clicking on this paperclip right here. I got 3 points, but because this is a short answer thing, you might want to include a rubric, right? And I'll show you how that works here in a minute. I created a rubric to grade this little short essay. And ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to be an essay. I'm not giving you an essay to do. You're literally going to write 2 sentences, okay? But anyways, so I'm going to assign it to the whole team, all the students. It's going to be due by 11:59 today. And if I wanted to change that, if I wanted to say maybe have this go out on Wednesday, I'm going to click on this edit right here. Oh, I did it. I didn't want to do it. But if I click on that edit right there, I can set up the parameters of when it's going to go out, all right, and when the due date is, and then when the close date is. Close date is the assignment disappears. You can no longer even open it anymore, okay? So I can schedule when it goes out. I can schedule when it's due. I can schedule when to close, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit assign. So good luck with this little assignment, all right? So go ahead and click on your assignments. You're going to see that it's popped up. You should have gotten, you'll maybe get a little notification pop up on your screen as well. If you have if you download the Teams app on your phone will ping, right? So that creates a to-do list for you, kind of like in the Google Classroom, the way I had some people ask yesterday. So this time you're going to get a Word document, right? And when you get this Word document, go ahead, you can get out of the webinar, go ahead to your own team now. This time you're going to get a Word document. You're going to go ahead and type, you're going to open this in browser. All right, this is what Carly was talking about. You can do this right in the browser, so right on the screen. If you actually download it to the computer, you'll be able to resubmit it that way too. All right, but most kids just choose to do it right inside the browser. If they're doing it on their phone, they're probably going to have to download the Word app so that they can do it as well. All right, so go ahead and take your time answering those, just that one little thing. Can you export those grades into PowerSchools, Megan? Yes, I'm going to answer some questions while people are working. Yep, you absolutely can. Okay, looks like now the assignment finally might have hit you. Can you export those grades into PowerSchool? Yes, so because it can't export it into into an Excel file. If you have grades into an Excel file, then yes, there's a way in which you can bring it right into PowerSchool. That's another day. Okay, when I look at grades, I can see turned it in. Yep. When will the points update? Well, like I said, right now mine's running a little slow because of the webinar and all this kind of stuff. But usually when Kim is doing it, when she's got her classes and they're all doing their assignments, she can sit by her computer and just kind of refresh the screen every once in a while, and it's almost instant. It's not going to be like an hour. It won't be like 10 minutes. It'd be within a couple minutes after they submit it. It'll be there. If not, within a couple seconds. It depends on bandwidth and network and all that kind of stuff. Thank you, Mr. Glahey, for your question. Oh, thank you, Rose. Yes, Ms. Bailey. Yeah, when I assign that, and I'll show you that when we get to the teacher mode, when you do put that Word document in there, you have to make sure that you check on a box, and I'll show you. You have to check on a box that says that the students can edit their own copy. Okay. So yeah, we're just not quite there yet, but thank you for bringing that to my attention. Yeah, whenever you put a Word document in there, usually it's as a resource, so it's only like a read-only document. So you have to change it so that they can make it their own. So that, like what you guys are all doing right now, you're typing up your answers. I gave you the continuum, so you can look up there and just cheat. So it's not a problem. All right. If you wouldn't mind, some of us only answer one of the questions. All right. Only give one reason why you think you're a level 6, or maybe your reason is wrong. Maybe you write down something like because I'm really good looking. All right. So we'll see how that one works out. But If you're not getting the assignments, you may want to refresh your browser or even just get out all the way and come back in. All right, so what happens when a kid turns it in? That's what I'm going to show you here in a second. So let's go ahead and make sure that we do your assignment first. Yeah, you can always reassign it, Brian. If this happens to you, if they don't turn it in, you can always just make a copy and assign that one assignment to that one kid if they are, you know, if they didn't get it in or for whatever reason. Right, so you want to click on edit, Chris. You should be able to just edit it in the browser. There might be an edit button on the top of the screen there. I hate when that door squeaks open because that means, because right now I'm in the basement, my wife is upstairs. So whenever I hear the door squeak open, that means I said something wrong. Yes, dear. Oh, okay, good. For the quiz. Okay. Yeah, for the quiz, yeah, I set it up that way. That's right, because it is a quiz. So yeah, so in the quiz mode, I set it up as I can only, you know, once you turn it in, that's it. I can send it back to you so you can see what you got wrong and look at the answers and look at my feedback. But yeah, so that's for the quiz. So that's, my wife had to share that one with me. So accessibility mode, I believe that's for special needs people. I'm not 100% sure on that. So the PDF version is only going to be a Word, is only going to be a read only. The Word document at the same time wasn't able to open that up. I don't know. Maybe I want to try to refresh the browser. I wonder if because, all right, so Dave Glay, he says he undid the turn in, but it wouldn't let him reopen the document. I think it's because you already turned it in. All right, so now I have to look at it on my end and return it back to you. Yeah, not necessarily. It depends on, again, how I established it, but in this particular case, so. All right. So you should be opening up the Word document right now. If you double click on that Word document, it should give you an option of opening in the browser or downloading to your desktop. So do it in your browser. See, this is the problem with being in teacher mode. I really can't see what you're doing in the student mode yet. Okay, but that's okay. We'll get through this. This is just a sample. Okay, Dave, thank you. Could you see both documents at the same time? No, you wouldn't be able to. You'd have to kind of flip back and forth between the two resources, which is why I put the graphic on the Word document as well, so you wouldn't have to do that. But I was just making up examples last night and, seeing, things that, that we can just do on the fly here. All right. All right, so basically right now, again, just to kind of reiterate, the view that you're looking at is the student view. When you go back over to the webinar with the snowflake, this would be the teacher view, right? So in the interest of time, I'm going to just kind of go back to posts, just going to kind of refresh my own screen as the teacher. So I'm going to click on posts, and then I'm going to click back on assignments, or you can refresh the screen with the little circle bar thing. And I got 36 out of 45 people turned it in, which is fine. Again, I want to kind of keep the webinar moving here a little bit. So I am going to take a look at what we have going on so far. All right, so I'm going to go student view here. I can see the student view of the assignment. All right, so if you come back to the webinar real quick. All right, if I can get you back here to the webinar really quick. All right, so what I did as a teacher, I clicked on assignments. I assigned you that assignment. So now it's out there. I could see 36 people out of 45 turned it in. If I click on this assignment again, I could edit the assignment a little bit more if I wanted to. but I got an ability to see the student view as the teacher. I don't have to log in with a fake student, but it doesn't show the submit button. There should be a submit button up here, a turn in button up here, but it doesn't show that in my student view. Okay, but it does show how the students are going to see this. So this is the view that you should have gotten. All right. So when I click on student work, I just clicked on it one time, it launched it right into the browser. And then I can go ahead and go up here where it says edit document. All right, so I might want to edit that in the browser. Okay, so once I edit in the browser, now it gives me editing abilities. All right, so for those of you that are having a hard time, that's probably the one little step you might have missed. You know what, I'll demonstrate that one more time. All right, so here I am, I'm in the student view. This is what you should have gotten on your end. If I wanted to look at the rubric, how I'm going to be graded, I can click on this. All right, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the student work down here. So I clicked on it one time. It shows me the work, but I can't type. There's nothing to do in here. All right, if I want to read this to me, if I'm a first grader and I need this read, I can click on Immersive Reader. It'll read that whole page to me. Accessibility mode, like I said, this would be for special needs if you need to blow it up for visually impaired or whatnot. All right, but edit document, or I can print it. But I'm going to click on this edit document and then go down here where it says edit in browser. And then once I hit edit in browser, because in the settings when I created this, I had it so that every student will make their own version of this, will make their own answer. So that way, if I didn't do it that way, you wouldn't. It would be all the students adding all their answers on one piece of paper here, or it's get really ugly. Okay, so I basically just come below the graphic and I start typing, I am a level 6 because I'm good looking and I can't spell. All right, so I'm going to close that back out again. Okay. All right, so I'm going to click on back here to get back to teacher mode. To grade, I got 45. So now, like I said, I can see here, it looks like, all right, so Brian Collins has turned it in. You're viewing it. Dave Blaine is viewing it. But a lot of people turned it in. So excellent, excellent job. You've done a good job, everybody. I'll give you a gold star if I could. Which actually you can, but I'm not going to in the interest of time. All right, so here comes the answers here. Now you're going to notice this is going to look different. So if I can come back here to the webinar. All right, let's see, we got everybody back here. Okay, now this is the teacher view again. So here was my last assignment. Here's the quiz. Notice all the grades are sitting in here right now. All right, if I want to go back and change the grade, I can always go ahead and change the grade. But again, these are just a placeholder for your grade. This is not your official PowerSchool grade book. Okay, you still have to go to PowerSchool and plug in those grades. Right? Until we get these guys to officially sync up, which they're talking about doing, once we get these guys to officially sync up, this could get dumped directly into your PowerSchool. But right now, we cannot. All right, unless we export it to an Excel file. And if you know how to do that, again, that's another day. But that is a possibility. All right, so I'm going to pick up. Because God only knows what she's going to write, if she even did the assignment. Here she is. Okay, so she has it turned in. All right, so I'm going to I can go ahead and just give her the grade right now if I want to be that teacher and just say, yeah, okay, yeah, she did it. I can just plug it right in here and I can give her the 3 right now. Or I can actually click on the 3 bullets, open the student work. Now I could start the first student on the very top and then advance down. I'll show you how that works. All right, so see, you just never know what she's going to write on my webinars. Thanks a lot. Anyways, all right, so here was Kim's answer right here. So here's her page. Notice there is nowhere on here for you to type your name. All right, I didn't do that. I did that on purpose because I already know that this is Kim Maynard's work right here. Okay, so Kim Maynard wrote, I can create and receive assignments. I understand tabs, channels, and files, and 20-something years. Okay, so yeah, it's been 20-something years of marriage. So anyway, so I'm going to grade this right now. I can enter feedback on the whole thing. Yes, there. It's been 20 wonderful years. All right. Clearly, you would not say that to a student. But anyways, all right. So I'm going to go to my rubric right now. I can look at the whole work. I can assign her the points right now if I wanted to. I can come down here and hit 3, and it's done. All right. Or I can go into rubric form. Okay. So I can say, all right, so here are the points that I'm going to give her. So she's got rationale 1. So when you create your rubric, you create the parameters of how this is going to be graded. So basically, the only 3 parameters I have is, do you provide an answer here? That's 1. So, yep, she gives an explanation. So I'm going to give her that point. Right? Rationale number 2. I can actually even give her feedback on her rationale, on her 1 point right there. I can give her feedback on that. That's a good reason. All right. Now I can hit the side over here and go to rationale number 2. In my rubric, rationale number 2 for me to get another point was, did they explain another reason? Okay, I understand tabs, channels, and files. All right, she gives a good explanation. Okay, and I could say, good job on that one. And then I can hit this over arrow again, and then I could say, give them the 3rd point. Is she an awesome person or is she just okay? Well, everybody knows what answer I have to put, so I'm going to give her that 1 point for being an excellent person. All right, in general. I don't know. Like I said, this is just a fake type of assignment. Maybe some of you do like doing extra points for something special, something cute, whatever. So I'm just going to, just do a quick little, here's your gold star smile thing. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and hit done. Now you're going to notice as I was doing it in the rubric, as I was grading it in the rubric for all my ELA friends that are out there, as I was doing it in the rubric, I gave her a point for that one rationale, I gave her the point for the other rationale, and I gave her the 3rd point because she's so special. And then I put it calculating the points as I went. Okay, I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and return it to her so that she can take a look at it. Okay, so now she has it back. Kim, are you there? I know I heard you just yell for the dog. Kim, I'm going to go ahead and make you a presenter so that you can show everybody on your end, because I can't do this for 45 people. It would just take way too much time. As it is, it's already taking long enough time. So where are you? I hate this alpha order by first name thing. Here it is over here. All right, Kim, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm going to make you a presenter.
Okay.
If you could share your screen and see what it looks like on your end. Screen.
When I go under posts, I can see that he returned it to me, and I can go ahead and view my assignment. And then from there, I haven't done it from this end very much, so I can go ahead and look at this, and here's my feedback, and here's my points. And it has been 20 wonderful years, and I don't even know the number either, so I'm just being a jerk. All right, and if I wanted to make changes, I could turn it in again if he gave me that ability to do that. And that's it.
Click on.
And I think I can look at I think I can click on the rubric, right?
Yeah.
So I can look at my individual points if there was a breakdown, and I can see the explanations here that he left with a smiley face. And that's it. Cool.
All right, so if she had to make any other changes or whatever, then she can do that and turn it back into me. All right.
Oops, I just jumped to the app there, but.
Okay.
Okay.
That's how that. Thanks a lot, dear.
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem.
All right. I'm going to take over the screen again. I'm going to mute your microphone. All right. So that's kind of how that assignment is going to look within the team world. All right. And again, as a teacher, I can, instead of going back to the student list, I'm just going to go ahead and click on this arrow over here. All right. Because it's going to take to my next student. So here's Margaret's answers right here. Right. And Margaret, I am a level 6 because I feel comfortable using Office 365 and I feel I know the ins and outs of Office 365 programs. Okay. So I can go to her rubric, I can go to my rubric, or I could just say, you know what, that's all good. I got the rubric in place, but I don't need it. I could just go ahead and give her the points down here at the bottom. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and hit done. And the job, I can give her the 3 right there. I can go ahead and hit return so that the kids can get it back and see what they've done. All right, but the 3 is going to be stored in my grade book unless I want to retake it again. Okay, so I'm going to keep on continuing by clicking that right arrow. Here's Marie Muyo's answers. If I want to see I have no idea why I'm a level 6. That's a great answer. All right, but if I click on this drop arrow right here, it's going to show me all my students, so I can jump to anybody that I want to, and just to see how they did. So I can go over to Dave Glahey. It's going to pull up his Word document, his assignment. If you'll notice down here, is this where I write my answer? Only a level 7 would know. So that's what Dave put in there for his answers. Okay, but yes, that's where it would go. But you might want to have, after, some direction there, please write your answers below or something like that. All right, so again, that's how that little assignment works. So I'm going to go ahead and close that out at this time. Okay, and I'm just go back to posts and then go back to grades just to kind of refresh my page a little bit there between the, sharing of the screens and the webinars and that kind of stuff. Kind of shows you more little thing. Right, so you can see here, I have some grades will be posted in there because I graded some of them. And I can see who's turned it in, who's viewed it. Down, He's got a grade. There's Mark right there. Leahy, I viewed it, but I never officially gave him a grade. That kind of thing. So, all right. So I'm going to go back to assignments one more time. And I just wanted to show you how this last one's going to look. This one's a quick one. You don't even need to do anything here. But I'm going to do, this is a math worksheet. And what I did is I actually had a worksheet. Actually, I stole it from online. I don't even know what it was. First grade, single digit. So I just inserted an image. So this is not even a PDF. It's not even a document or anything like that. It's just an image as a resource. I have 5 points assigned to it. I'm going to go ahead and click on assign. All right, so now it's sitting out there for your assignments now. You can go ahead and open it. So go ahead back to your own team or to the team. All right, and you can just, if you click on the resource, you're going to notice that it is just a simple image. And I might have even set it so that students can edit that. I don't know what I did on that one. It was getting late. It was about 1 a.m. So feel free to type on it. Maybe you might see a whole bunch of people typing on it. If you edit in there, I don't know. Like I said, it was 1 in the morning. I was getting a little punchy. I was on the computer quite a bit yesterday. So I don't know. Give it a shout. Give it a look if you want to type some things on there. God help us all. Okay, so those are 3 different assignments that have been posted, 3 different versions. So worksheets, if you wanted to do something with a Word document, you want to do fill in the blanks, you can always add a text box on a Word document. All right, so that will lock them into, and I don't really have enough time to show you that now. That's not really part of this webinar, but you can always add a text box, or you can add a cell at the end of a table, or like a fill in the blank cell, so the kids will know where to type. All right, if you know how to do that kind of stuff. All right, but yeah, if let's say a kid, something got screwed up in there and you needed to assign that to just one kid, we can do that. All right, so instead of clicking on the whole class, you would just click on the one actual person. Okay. And the type of things, like when you hit turned in, a lot of people, I'm getting some responses here of people saying things like, did I do it right? Did you actually get it? And so on and so forth. So that's most of what Kim was facing when she made the transfer over to Teams. Is a lot of kids, did I do it right? Did I do it right? And that was the first couple of days of her reassuring, yes, you did it right. Yes, I got it. And then after that, it's been pretty smooth sailing ever since. Okay. So you're just going to click on the turn it in the upper right corner in order to turn in any kind of assignment. Okay. What I'm going to try to do after the webinar is over, I will try to respond to everybody's answers, even if it's a quick, nice work, just to show you what it's going to feel like on that other end. All right. Patty Gabriel did turn in I'm assuming, Patty, that you did it in the YML level 6. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. Oh, okay. So what Patty did, thank you, Patty, for doing that. What Patty did is she actually typed on a separate document, all right, and uploaded that back into the assignment. So what you're going to see is when if you came back to the webinar, what Patty, so here was my document, why I'm a level 6. Patty said, I am a level 6 because, all right, so what she did is she actually typed up a Word document because she's an overachiever. All right, so she actually typed up her own Word document and then uploaded that into me for an answer, and the kids can do that. Okay, so I'll just take a quick look at what she did. So I'm going to open it up in the online version. And I think you're beginning to feel why you might be a level 6. Not you personally, but maybe in general for the group, why you may feel like you might be in this level for a couple days or a week, and that's fine. Like this is the key to getting your assignments out there and getting them back, is this whole process. Okay. So I did get the attachment, Patty Gabriel. In the interest of time, I'm gonna leave it because, like I said, my Wi-Fi is running really slow right now. Okay, it looks like it's just spinning. It's going to come through. I know it's going to come through. It's on my end. All right. So, but you definitely did it right. So good work. So quick close. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've been kind of answering questions as it's been going along. What if you, instead of the browser, that's fine. You can upload that, which I just kind of showed everybody. Not sure if I turned it in. Everybody has turned it in for the most part. Yeah, I'm seeing that mostly as I scroll down my list. It says, if it says turned in, then I got it. So if you want to look for your name, I'm going to just scroll on my screen real quick. Why am I level 6? If you see your name and you see turned in on the webinar, then yes, you definitely turned it in. Okay. And you can see how that all worked itself out. Okay. And I will go through once the webinar is done. I'll try to give a grade to every single person, so at least you can see on your end what it looks like, all right, and what's it feel like. But now what I'm sensing is the same thing that the kids would be feeling, and that is, did I do it right? Did I do it right? What kind of feedback? What do I get for a grade? That's what the kids are feeling. And when we assign them things in a web page, or if we assign them a hard copy, they're going to do it. They're not going to know what kind of feedback they're getting. They're not going to know if they're doing it right. So you can see where that anxiety starts to build. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to change gears. What I want to do now is I want you to go to Teams. All right. So I'm going to just demonstrate here real quick. All right. So you're going to go to Teams. You're going to create your own team. Maybe some of you have already created a fake team. That's fine. I would strongly encourage you to do that. All right. So I'm going to go to Teams. I'm going to click on Join or Create Team. And I need you to make a fake team right now. So you're not going to join a team with a code this time. This time you're going to create a team. All right. So if you're watching on the webinar, I'm just demonstrating how to do it. Some of you might already know how to do it. I know many of you already know how to do it. But and what I want you to do is I want you to make a class team. So click on class. All right. And I'm just going to create, this is just going to be sample Earth team, Earth Science team, Earth Science teacher. You can give a description if you want. You don't have to. All right. If you have another team that you already had set up and you want to use that as a template, you can do that, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to click on next. All right, so I'm demonstrating right now how to make a fake team. And then this is where you're going to go. The next screen that comes up is going to say, all right, add people to your team. You can skip that or you can do it now. Right now, how are we going to do this? I might read you a student name. Let's do that. I'll read you a student name, and I'm going to use one of these fake students, right? Instead of using Carly Washkalis, we're going to use a fake student. All right, so start typing in Johnny. Let's see if that goes through. All right, they assured me this morning at IS that this would work. So I'm going to start typing in Johnny, and it didn't work. We didn't find any matches. What if I did? What if I did JQ for Johnny Quest? JQ? Wow, is this running slow today? My God. Come on, come on. Come on. Oh, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. If you type JQ, I wonder if the names will come up. I might be frozen here. Nope. Come on, come on, come on. They assured me it was going to work. They said they put it in the system this morning, and Johnny Quest was one of them. And it's the username was jquest at nfschools.net, and the password is 1001. But you don't need all that password stuff. But this is where you would go if you were going to add a team, like copy an entire team into this fake team. But I wouldn't. I would just, you know what, if this JQ is not going to come up, which it doesn't look like it's going to for now, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and hit skip. I'll work on that later. Shoot, I was really hoping. I'm really hoping that would work, man. Or what else we can do is you could, no, I don't want to do that. I was going to offer myself, you can put me in your class as a student, but then I'm going to be in like 75 different teams, and that might get a little nuts for me. Anyway, so on the webinar now, I made my own team. It's my own class team, right? And I have the, the SE shows up. I can click on that little pencil there, change the icon if I wanted to. All right, but what I want you to do is once you get in the team, I want you to click on assignments. All right, and it's going to say welcome to assignments. So you can either be watching me right now, or if you're on your own fake team and listening to my directions, that works too. Again, these are always recorded. We'll get them posted out there too. So anyways, when I click on assignments, it says welcome to assignments, create assignments, quizzes, manage timelines, creating rubrics, and more. I'm going to go ahead and get started. All right. Don't you just love a blank slate? Yes, I do. Okay, create your first assignment here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on create. Now, what kind of assignment do you want? Do you want an actual assignment? So it might be like a worksheet. It might be something you want them to answer in Word. It might be, I don't know, whatever. Or do you want to do a quiz the way I made you guys do a quiz? We're going to do an assignment first. So go ahead and click on assignment. Now, here are the parameters for that assignment. Okay, you got to give it a title. I'm just going to call this assignment 1. Okay, instructions, because what we're going to do is we're going to actually do a Word type of a lesson where they're going to submit something in Word. You might want to say, how has online, oh, actually, no. My instructions is, please answer the question below. Okay. So that's going to be the directions. Now, on the resources, or maybe in the directions, maybe you might want to put double click or click on the Word document and then click edit and edit in the browser. You might want to put that in your directions. Okay. So once I click on resources now, it's going to automatically take me to my OneDrive. That's where it's going to want to pull documents out of first. Well, maybe a lot of us don't have a lot of things in our OneDrive yet. Most of your things are still on your desktop. All right. So I'm going to come all the way down here to the bottom where it says upload from this device. Okay. So instead of OneDrive, instead of your notebook, instead of putting in a link or even a whole new file, if you want to put something on the device, you're going to do that. But I'm just going to put in new file. So I'm going to click on the plus that says new file. And then I could put in one of these 3 features. I could put in a document, I could put in a PowerPoint, I could put in an Excel. All right, I'm going to put in a Word document. And the file name is going to be, how are you doing with online learning? And I still can't spell. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and hit attach. Okay, so again, I clicked on that new file. I chose a Word document, and I'm going to hit attach. So now it's uploading that resource into the assignment. I can add another resource if I want to add a graphic, if I want to have a picture, PowerPoint, something else of reference that they can add, that they can get to easily within that assignment. I can add it right in there. All right. You don't have to create a rubric, but you can definitely do one and you can make one. All right. I'm not going to right now. I'm just going to on this. I'm going to assign this sample. Oh, I really can't spell. This sample earth science, it's going to go to the sample earth science team, to all students. It's going to go out right now, and I can either save it, so it'll save it as a draft, all right, or I can just go ahead and assign it right now. I'm going to go ahead and click on assign. Right now, it's going to be assigned to the kids that are in that class. Right now, I didn't enter any kids in that class yet. All right, and you can see a little pop-up is going to show up there. Okay, so now the kids on their end, they're going to see that. They're going to do exactly what you did with that Word document. And that is double click on it or click on it, edit the document in the on the browser, and then they're going to hit turn it in. All right. So I know on the teacher end, this was a long, hour-long webinar, a little bit more. We had Carly as a guest presenter there at the beginning there, that first 10 minutes. But this was basically an hour-long explanation of how to get to an assignment, and it's really not too bad. But I'm going to demonstrate it again on the webinar, but I really want you to practice on your own. All right? And you can practice in this blank team if you want. And I'm going to find out why those students aren't working. I might just stay online here for a little bit longer, but we have, like I said, we have those fake students ready to go. They should work, but maybe they're not officially in the system yet. All right, so again, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on create. Go on my assignments tab on top. All right, if you want to create more channels, you know how to create channels now, but I'm mainly working in the tab up top. I click on assignments. I'll go to assignment again. This might be assignment 2. And then I might say, please click on the Word document. Oh, I left off a huge step that Bradbury reminded me of about a half hour ago. I forgot to show this, and this is a big step. I'm super sorry. Oh God, that's a bad move, Ed. All right, please click on the Word document and edit the document online. Now I'm going to add resources again. Here's the big step that I forgot to show everybody. What I just did with that old assignment is I posted that Word document that they can write on, but it's only one Word document. The whole class is going to write on that one Word document. So it's going to basically be like a giant, chalkboard, a giant dry erase board that everybody's going to be writing on. So that was a big misstep right there. So I'm going to show you how to fix that little problem in a second. But anyways, I'm on a new assignment. I'm going to click on Word again. And this was, I don't remember what assignment this was. So this was, I don't know, let's call it assignment 2. I'm going to attach that. So again, very sorry about the confusion here. Again, when you post a Word document in there, or an Excel, or a PowerPoint in there, it'll be in there as one document for everybody to fill out, unless you change it. So that's what these 3 dots way over here do. Remember, anytime you see 3 dots, that means it can do something else. So I'm going to click on those 3 dots. See how it says students can edit? So that means the students are going to edit that one document. So all students are going to be contributing on that one page. Maybe you want to do some assignment like that. Maybe you want to put one PowerPoint in there, like a template in there, and every student is responsible for their own slide. I think your younger grades would be more mature about it than maybe the older grades, but nevertheless, if you want students to make their own copy, you have to select this up top here. I kind of wish this one was the one that was defaulted. Students edit their own copy. See how it says underneath, students edit their own copy? That is an important step when making your assignment. Okay, I'll show that again. 3 bullets over here. I can do students can edit. That means they're going to edit this document. I don't want them to edit that document. I want them to edit their own document. So it's going to make their own copy. So when they submit it, I'll see everybody's individual answers. Otherwise, it's one piece of paper with everybody's answer on it. I can assign points to it here. I can create a rubric. And then I go ahead and hit assign. So again, just practice making more and more and more of these assignments. Even do an assignment where, and you'll see it'll pop up there. you'll even do an assignment where you can set the parameters. So this is maybe assignment 3, and maybe you come down here to edit and set so that it doesn't get assigned for another day, or it doesn't get assigned until Monday. Maybe this, maybe tomorrow you're going to just sit down, you're going to pound out some assignments that kids are going to do here. So I'm going to schedule to assign in the future. So when am I going to post it? Let's have it posted on Monday. Okay. When is it going to be due? Let's make it due the following Monday. Give them 1 week to work on it. Okay. Do you want to close it out? Not close it out? You can leave it out there forever. I don't know. And I'm going to hit done. All right. So you'll see now it says the due date is May 11th. All right. It doesn't tell you the post date, but it will tell you the due date. Okay. And now I can hit schedule. And now it's going to be scheduled to go out on that day. And you can see here now in my assignments, it says schedule. All right. So go ahead and make up some more of your own assignments in your own team. I'm going to go back and answer some of these questions and kind of log down with some of them. Not sure if I turned it in. Turn in my assignment. Where was she notified of that? I'm not 100% sure, because that was a little while ago. Okay, Amanda Val, yeah, you shouldn't be able to type. Okay, that's good. I can't type on the math sheet because it is just it's just an image. Okay, so for those of you, and I'm sorry it took about 17 minutes to get to your question from Amanda, but that math sheet that I put out there, that was just an image page. All right, so yeah, I mean basically it's just a worksheet. So I want the kids to answer those questions on their own paper, and then they would take a picture of it with the phone, and it would automatically go into Teams. So that would be the power of having Teams on your phone. Okay. All right. So yeah, so you would not be able to enter the math answers directly on that math sheet because again, it was just an image. So you would be writing those out on your own paper and then using your phone and then upload it directly into the Teams app that way. Chris, yeah, we were talking about this on the phone and we were talking about this in the webinar yesterday. Maybe possibly doing a webinar for kids, how they are going to receive their assignments, how they're going to do them, how they're going to turn them in. And I said, that's absolutely a great idea. I talked to Ray Granieri about it. Ray likes the idea too, but we ultimately wanted to hear about what the governor's plans are for the rest of this school year. I wanted to wait until Friday to hear about this because who knows what's going to happen. I mean, I don't know. So, but yeah, we like the idea of doing student webinars or at least the student video. Maybe you share that video on your website for kids to see how they're going to, get an assignment, turn in the assignment. So I can be producing some of those videos too. Okay. All right. So Valerie took a screen. So Jessica, I don't know if you're still there or not. Her screen froze up on her. You can always log back into the webinar and it should pick you right back up. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Thank you, Alan, for checking out those names. Yeah, I really was banking on that one. And they literally sent me that list like right before we started the webinar. So I didn't have a chance to test it out. No, it definitely wouldn't take 24 hours, Patty. I was always told it takes 24 hours for students to show up. Oh, well, okay. Oh, I see what you mean as far as in the system. Yes and no, because technically these fake students are not really associated. I guess they're in a class right now of cataract, but it shouldn't matter once they get in the system. When I get done with the webinar, I'm going to call downtown, call central office again and find out, and then I'll let everybody know via email. Shoot, yeah, none of the fake names are working. Right. And thank you very much, Rosamund, about that reminder. I knew I was going to forget it too, son of a pump. All right, but yeah, so thank you so much. Okay, so Joanne Washkalis is telling me when Patty added and deleted students to her teams, it did take a full 24 hours to update. So it's possible right now that those kids, even though those fake kids do exist, maybe they're still funneling in. I don't know, but I'm sure they're going to work. It's probably just they're just not there yet. Okay. I'll be unmuting your mic here, Tim, in 1 second. Keep saying that it should appear soon. I don't know what we're talking about there, Karen. Students can get their notifications. So this is a question from Jessica. Where would students get notified when they get a grade or not? They can click on activity. That's this little button up here on the team, the little bell. All right. So this is all the activities that are going on here. All right. Basically dealing with me and basically dealing with those within the team. So I can do that, or even assignments. Kids can click on assignments and they'll get like this whole list of all the assignments that are impacting them and their lives. Right. So that's what Carly was saying. Most of the time, Carly will go to teams and we'll just go and check out, her grades, because a student will get that grades tab as well, what you saw on your end too. Student can click on grades too, and they can see what grades they got and go back over those assignments, so they can see their own grades. All right. How do we block them from chatting inappropriately? That is on the members. I'll just show you that real quick. So move back into my team. This is a team setting. All right. So when you're dealing with a full team, you have to manage a full team. I'm not going to the channel. I'm going to the team name, which I spelled completely wrong. But I'm going to manage that team. Say I want to change the title of it, which I definitely do. All right. I'll do it in a little bit. But basically, when you have your guests or members down here, so I have members. So I went to my manage the team, pulled up the members. There will be a mute button sitting right here. If I go back to, I'll go back to my other team. Go back to the all my teams. Go back into level 6. I see Mrs. Clinner has added me to her room. Thank you. All right. So I am back in the level 16. I'm going to click on the 3 bullets right here. I'm going to manage my team. See where it says members. Here's all 45 of you guys sitting out there right now. Coming up. Coming up. There we go. If I want to mute all students where they're not able to talk and chat and whatever back and forth, I just click on that button right there, this mute all. Now everybody in this class can no longer chat, talk to each other, do anything. Okay. I'm going to unmute it just so that people can chat still. Okay. Let me go to a raised hand over here. I know that some people may have had their hands raised for a little bit of time here. I know Tim Johnson was one of them, so I'm going to find Timmy. All right, Tim, you got your microphone on?
Yeah.
Okay,
Are you there?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if this is the right level or not. What I want I had an epiphany this morning, is I was going to have my students view video and then write their own like review sheet for it.
Okay.
And then I wanted them to submit that. I would like put it on Word, and then I wanted them to upload that to their team file. Is that in this level, or is that a higher level?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that would be just an assignment, so I'm going to now. So I would click on assignments. And ladies and gentlemen, basically, I always forget to do this. Basically, the new stuff, like I'm not going to be getting into anything more now, all right, as far as what more can I possibly get out of this webinar. I've pretty much covered it as far as this is what assignments are, this is what it looks like on the student end, and this is how you create them. All right, so all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to stay on for another half hour or so and just make this a work session. So if you are like Tim here, for example, how do you make an assignment where I want the kids to do a video, I want them to submit a review of that video, right, Tim? That's basically what you're...
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Basically, the assignment is actually going to be getting them used to uploading to it, as opposed to what the sheet actually is, if you get my meaning.
So you want them to create their own document and then upload that document,
Right.
like what Patty Gabriel did.
Right.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to go movie review. I'll leave your microphone on for right now. All right.
Okay.
So please click the link to watch the video. Oops. And then they're going to upload. See, I don't know if I can demonstrate that on this end. Ooh, that's gonna be tricky because as the teacher going back to the student. You know what I might do, Patty? I'm wondering if Patty Gabriel is still on. I wonder if she jumped off. Some people left and went over to the level 7. Let's see if Patty's.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but this 6 is
yeah,
it's kicking my ass, so I stayed.
Yeah, I might. You know what? I'm gonna unmute Patty. Is Patty still here? Let's see if Patty's still here. Patty, you still there by any chance? All right.
I'm here.
Oh, awesome. What I'm going to do, Patty, because I can't demonstrate it on my end as a teacher,
Mhm.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the assignment. I'm going to post it out there for the class. You can take it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show your computer, all right, and then show what the student is doing on their end and how basically doing what you did with that math, with that extra document, how you uploaded the document. That makes sense?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let me finish making this post here, or this little thing. Watch the video. Yada yada yada. I can put this right in the directions. I can put the link to the video right here in the directions, or I can add it as a resource down here. All right. So here's the link, and I'm not
just going to throw a Nearpod.
Okay.
I got a couple of things in Nearpod that I was just going to add. That way, it's not on YouTube.
Right. Okay. Well, if it's a Nearpod lesson, that goes in a whole different way. I could show you how to do that. But while we're down this road, let's stay with.
That's fine.
Road.
It's just a YouTube Amoeba system.
Yeah, I'm just going to put in an actual link just so that people can see it. All right. So I put an actual link in there. This is not a video. This is just NASA's webpage. All right. So we're going to fake it. All right. And I'm going to say, please watch the link to the video and then upload a document review. Okay. And then the points, again, you can add your own rubric if you want. I'm going to give it 5 points. And I'm going to send this off. Got a lot of things open here. Get out of the way. All right. Then I'm going to assign that out there. Okay. Now that assignment is moving out there. I called it movie review. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Patty Gabriel's computer. Patty Gabriel, you're going to take over here. Tim, I'm going to mute your microphone so we don't have feedback going on between the three of us. Okay. And Patty, I'm now going to make you go live. I'm going to share your screen, so you're going to see something pop up on your end here. Hold on. And Patty Gabriel. Patty Gabriel, make presenter. And you're going to see a little pop-up screen. Show your screen. You're going to hit yes. And now we're looking at Patty Gabriel's screen. Go ahead.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the assignment to show up.
Okay. Yeah, it might take a second. Mine's running a little bit slower.
It hasn't shown up yet here.
Okay.
I can show you on one of the other ones, though.
Yeah, go ahead and do it on that math worksheet maybe, or whatever you did. That's fine. All right, so let's
when
say
you had this one.
Go ahead.
I can undo the turn in. Where it says why I'm a level 6, down here it says I can add work. See the plus here? I just click that. And then it let me go. It let me pick one. I can add a new file. I can upload from the device. So I just typed something in Word, saved it somewhere, and uploaded it from the device.
There you go.
And then that was it.
Okay.
And then I just hit turn in, and that was it.
And it shows up on my end. She gets her little rocket ship. Boom, boom. So cute. And then it showed up on my end.
Yeah. So I could watch the video. I typed it in Word, saved it. So then I had a copy of it, and then I uploaded it, and that was it. Done.
Done. Beautiful.
It was very simple.
All right.
Oh, now the other one popped up.
Oh, it did? Okay, that's fine. So there it is. It came a couple seconds later. It's probably, honestly, it's probably upload, download speed that I'm having on my end because Kim's in a different webinar. I'm doing a webinar. There's a lot of stuff going on in the Maynard house for a bunch of tech.
So if I view the assignment, here where it says add work. So once I watch it and realize what you want me to do, I just, like I said, I went to Word, so you could just click it down, hit Word.
Oh,
Like,
look at that, Angela.
and you can, type up what they need. And then I just save that.
New file, your save as.
Yeah, and I just, wherever you wanted it. Kids, they're not going to save to a OneDrive usually.
Right.
So. And then add the work.
There it is. So now it uploads the document. She hits done. There it is.
Turn in.
And then turn it in. All right, I'm going to take the presentation back. Thank you so much, Patty Gabriel. And, whoops, staff. Maynard. Making the presenter show my screen. Okay, so now on my end, I had my assignments, my movie review. I'll just kind of refresh a little bit here real quick. I just click on post, or you can hit the little circle thingy. Assignments. All right. Movie review, you can see 2 people have turned it in. I can just click on that just to see who it is. All right, here is all 45. A bunch of people have not turned it in, not turned in, not turned in, not turned in. Jessica Altman has viewed it. Thank you, Jessica. Patty Gabriel turned it in. Okay, well, let's take a look at what Patty Gabriel did. Oops, come on. Get in there. There we go. So here's Patty Gabriel's work. All right, I'm the teacher. All right, here's what she typed. That looks good. I liked it. She did an excellent job. I'm going to give her a 5. I'm going to tell her excellent job, special student. All right, and then I'm going to hit return. Okay, so now it's already been graded. Maybe I don't want to put the grade in yet. Maybe she messed up big time. Maybe I'll just hit return and send it back to her and just with some feedback. But I am going to hit return here. You can see it spinning, and it's kind of right now my spin wheel of death because of all the things going on in my house. All right, but I am going to hit close. She's probably not going to get it back on time or back anytime soon, but it's there. All right, so I have viewed it and so on. So, all right, so that's those kinds of assignments. Like I said, I think it's taken us a long time. It's taken us 3 days. If you've been with me for level 4, level 5, and now level 6, it's taken us 3 days to just say assignments. All right, but you do have to understand all the different components that are going on, and it really wouldn't matter if you were in Google or if you were in Teams or whatever platform you're actually using. You still got to understand what is a Google Doc, what is a Microsoft Word doc, what is a Google form, what's an Office form. Like you have to understand that language. I think you have to understand that language and how that world works first before we really start getting too deep. Okay, so Tim, I hope that worked out for you there. All right. How do I link a doc from forms into my assignment? If you create a form and it's just a form, it's not a quiz. You're going to create the form and you're going to share that form like you would normally share a document. You click on share and it's got a link, and anyone with the link can edit, or anyone with the link can view. So you're going to just take that link and drop it in. Okay. As I'm adding my students to my team, I don't see the names. Where can I find them? All right. The names should pop up automatically here for you. So here I am in my level 16, and I'm going to go down here to add member. All right. So now search for students. This is where I would add my students' first names. I could start typing in, and then a whole bunch of versions would show up. All right, the more I type, the more the name will be narrowed down. All right, so once I click on Kim Maynard, I can add her to the class. Or, see, I don't have classes per se. Let's see. See, it's not gonna let me show you this version because I'm not a teacher. I don't have classes per se. Let's say you have, oh God, let's say you have one of your classes is called Section 1 or whatever. Start typing in Section 1 of your classes, it will list your own classes, your own teams that are already made. All right, and then you just click on whichever that team is here and hit add, and then hit close. All right, and then it will add all those kids from that section right here in this brand new team. All right, so I hope that answered your question, Mary Alice. I know it's so hard teaching in a webinar. It's not easy. It's just not. All right, let me go back to some questions here. Yeah, this is, and I am hearing people saying I might be a little bit lost here, and that's why I say level 6 might be a place you're going to kind of live for a while. This is where my wife lived for the first several weeks when she got into team. She lived as a level 6, and just to get comfortable with those assignments and posting them and those kinds of things. So I would say just be patient with it. We'll get to there, right? No, absolutely, Jerry. We just kind of demonstrated that. If you wanted to attach a PDF from your computer or from your OneDrive, wherever you're going to get it from, that's fine too. I'll just throw that out there one more time here. So we'll click on assignments. I'm in the assignments right now. Click back because I'm in the movie assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and click create an assignment. I'm going to give it that title, amount of points. If I'm going to add a resource, that's where I'm going to add like a Word document. Maybe you don't want to add a resource. Maybe you're going to do what Patty did. But I would, in the beginning, I would add the resource. I would definitely add the document there for them. All right, I'm going to go new file, Word doc, or if you want to upload it from your computer, that's what this is down here. But if you're going to just create a brand new document, then I'm going to say assignment, 5, and then maybe the date or something like that, and then attach that. Now remember, when you attach a document, these 3 dots over here are super important. Right now, students can edit the document I'm putting in there. So it's in one document. All the students can answer all their answers on that one piece of paper. I don't want that. Students are going to edit their own copy. Like I said, I wish we can set that to default. I might have to talk to Ray about that one too, to set that to default so that students get their own copies and then they will submit their own copies to you. Okay. Then just hit save. I can put points on it later if I have to. Okay. All right, Teams. Oh, good. Okay. Amanda, when you create an assignment, does it automatically save the assignment somewhere for you? Yes. Anything you're creating should be saving in your OneDrive. So you can always pull it out of the OneDrive. Or maybe you have an assignment in your OneNote notebook and you want to pull it out of there and put it on there as an assignment. You can do that too. So that OneNote notebook, I mean, that could be a whole webinar day in itself, is the OneNote notebook. So because like I said, you can really start going to town and creating yourself a nice digital notebook and then start pulling things out of that notebook instead of creating files all the time. But it should be saving in your OneNote, I believe. Could be wrong, but I believe it's in your OneNote. Eventually what's going to happen once we all get, my team pointed out that there's an issue letting student not previously uploaded onto OneDrive. My team pointed out that there is an issue letting student edit files that are not previously uploaded into OneDrive. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Jessica. Yeah, that's what she's talking about there. In that, yeah, if they're trying to work on it on their phone, all right, they need the Word app on their phone. All right. If they're doing like if and that's probably I'm gonna guess, at least at the high school, I'm gonna guess over 50% of kids are doing their work on a phone. Okay. So yes, if they're gonna start typing things, you got it in there, they're gonna need the Word app in order to do that. So yeah, I kind of mentioned that earlier, but because your computer froze out on you, huh? Jess, let's see. Yeah, so that was definitely a big because it used to not do that. Like when Teams first came out, like a year or two ago, you used to be able to just type right in the browser there. But for whatever reason, they got rid of that feature, and now the kids need that app on their phone in order to make this whole thing work. So thank you, Jessica, for pointing that out. Thanks. Yep, all good. Logging out. Will there be more training during the summer? Oh, we're gonna have. Don't worry, we're gonna have lots and lots of training to come here. Don't worry about it. Oh, good. Thank you, Jerry. People left. I'll volunteer as a fake student so they can practice. So if you want to add Patty Gabriel as a fake student in your class for the people that are left here, I think we got about, let's see, yeah, I got about 26 people that are left. So about half of us here are still here. If you want to add Patty Gabriel to your class, to your fake class as a student, she'll stay on here too and volunteer. So thank you so much, Patty, for that. Okay. Jerry, you and I will be talking sometime today. The computer has me stuck on you. Oh man. Kids need the Word app. Yeah, kids need the Word app. So we've already discussed that. So, all right. So we got through all of our questions here. I think I do have a hand up somewhere. No. Margaret, I think you have your hand up. You might not. I just actually lowered your hand. Raise your hand if you want me to. I just lowered your hand, Margaret. So raise your hand if you want me to unmute your microphone. Otherwise, I'm just staying on now. So if people want to work on your fake team and just post some assignments, all right. If you want to just work on your fake team and post some assignments, if you need any help, feel free to do so. And if you need to ask me a question, then do it. I can unmute your microphones now if you need to. Otherwise, if you're all done, it was a long one, and it was. And it's funny because it was only one concept, and that's just assignments. But this turned out being a pretty long day. But if you want, I did the math app shows I didn't submit. Not quite sure on that one, Jess. The math app, the math. Are we talking about the math? What's it called? The math page. Oh, okay. The math assignment shows I didn't submit. Well, let's just take a look. Assignments. I'm assuming you meant the math worksheet. It says that, yeah, it says that you viewed it, but I don't see. No work is attached, nothing in view or anything like that. This, if you're coming from a phone, maybe that, I mean, it could be it's just taking a minute to get to us. That's a possibility. All right, I do have a hand up somewhere. Margaret, I'm going to unmute your microphone right now. Margaret, are you there? Oops, let's try that again. Margaret, can you unmute your own microphone, please? That's the F4 button. It's the button right above the number 4. Because it says on my end that you're self-muted, which means I can't unmute your microphone. You have your microphone muted on your end. Margaret Moselle. All right, Alan Stocking's having trouble adding a link to an assignment. Can't seem to paste the link in. All right, well, let's take a look. I'm not going to create a new assignment. I'll just stick with this math worksheet one here. I'm going to go to edit the assignment. And I'm going to add a resource. Oops, shoot, I didn't want to do that. Okay, I got to minimize this, got to move that, close this. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to add resources over here. I'm going to go to link. I'm going to type in that actual link or cut and paste it in there. I always like using NASA because it's fast and easy. And text to display. And maybe I'd say click here. To go to movie help or something like that. Okay. Click here to go to link. So I click on that link. Wonder if this is as far as you've gotten to. Well, maybe I wonder if I have to update it. Oh, Jessica, I just saw your assignment. Looks like it popped in there. There we go. Now it's working. Now I'm going to nasa.gov. Yep, so I must have had update. You have to click update before it'll actually go live. Okay, so I clicked on update. And I just saw your name popped in there. It's Jessica Altman turned in. And I see your document sitting right, well, here's the, oh my. So yeah, so here's the view history of the work. I'm gonna open online just to see what this does, or I can download it to my own computer if I want to. But anyway, so you saw what the work looked like, so she inserted a picture in here. So good. So just because you did a good job, Jess, I'm gonna go like that, give you a 5. I'm gonna hit return. I'm giving you extra special feedback, but I'm keeping the pinwheels of death here. Oh, there we go. So I returned it to you. Go ahead and hit close. All right, and I'm back at my assignment page. I can go to my grades page. I can see how everybody's doing on all their assignments. So looks like you just have to click update there, Alan, to make that work. I'm on my phone. It will not let me unmute. It says that I am muted by the organizer. Yeah, let's see. It's definitely nothing personal, Margaret. It's telling me that you are self-muted. I don't know. There's got to be. I've never done it from the phone before, so I don't know if you gotta hit the pound sign or some other key to unmute your microphone, or maybe mute is on the phone.
I'm unmuted.
There we go. We got it.
Okay, I was just trying to let you know that I was able to add Johnny Quest to my thing, but the first part, I think it just wanted you to name the team, because at first I typed in Johnny Quest and then it named my team Johnny Quest. So then I had to go and re-edit it, and then it was able to allow me to put in Johnny Quest as my student.
Oh, well, I'm going to try that out right now. What's this? Let's see. All right. Wow.
And I added you to mine. That says Miss Moselle's first grade.
Aw, thanks, man. Aw. I'm on your team. I wasn't picked last. All right. So when you on my webinar right now, so when you went to students, did you type in Johnny? Whoops.
Yeah, I went to Johnny, and then I typed in Johnny, and then I put in his last name too. You see, it's in there.
Yeah, it's definitely there. I don't know, but that's you. It's Mrs. Moselle's first. What school are you at? I'm sorry. I should know this, but
I named that thing Miss Moselle's first grade.
I'm sorry. What school were you at? You're cut out on me.
I said I'm at High Park.
High Park. Okay.
I'm not a teacher. I'm a TA.
Okay. So I'm wondering if you have different access, because if I click this, it's going to add you, Mrs. Moselle's first grade. So it's going to add your entire class, because you might have named the class Johnny Quest. I don't think you had the person.
At first I did, and then I renamed it.
Huh.
No.
I don't know. That's a weird one. No, I should be able to just type in.
Johnny Quest Johnny Quest came up on, like how you said,
Yeah,
it came up and I clicked the name. So that's weird.
I don't know. That's weird. QUEST. I don't know, but it worked. I think we might have to win this one for like 24 hours in order for it to officially funnel in. I'm guessing. I don't know, but well, it worked for you, so hey, whatever works.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you. How's this been
Okay, that's all.
for you? Are you
Let you know.
have you been lost, dazed, and confused throughout all this, or how are you feeling?
Well, yesterday and today I'm really good. Like I like listening to you and you make it understandable. So
Oh, well,
I
thank
haven't had a problem the last 2 days.
Okay, good.
Prior, I was like, oh my God, what is he talking about?
Oh, God, we're all learning here together, man. I'm sorry. We're just trying to put, we were all sprung into this world, and so we're all trying to do our best to make this count, make this work for you. So thank you for the comment. I appreciate that. Okay.
Yes, you have absolutely made it more understandable.
Well, thank you so much.
And I try to bring up the webinar on my phone and then have my computer open so I'm working while you're still talking. So
Good
it
idea.
helps too.
Good idea. The other thing that I was going to mention today, but I'm like, you know what, this webinar is going to take long enough. The only thing I was going to mention is what people can do on your laptops right now. If you have one of the newer ones, if you have the, I don't know what model these are called now, the ones, you have an HDMI port on the side of your computer. All right. And it's kind of like, it looks like a USB, but it's kind of oblong. It's kind of like almost oval shaped. That's a
Mhm.
HDMI port. So you can take an HDMI cable, plug it in there, and it's the same cable that's probably going into most of our large screen TVs. So you can actually plug your computer into your TV and then split it that way. So that way you can have like
Oh,
the webinar on like your big TV and you can be working on your computer. So that is something you might want to
oh, yeah.
try out too. But you'd have to steal a TV
Oh,
from the
okay.
kids, and if you have kids, so that's a problem.
Yeah, usually when I'm working, they're working too. So
All good. All right. Well,
trying
thank
to
you.
at least.
I know. Same here. Same here. All right. Well, thank you so much for your input. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. All right. I think we're about wrapping up here. If we ask the kids to download the Word app, will they have to sign into Office 365? If they download the Word app on their phones, I'm assuming, Chris, this is what you're talking about. If they download the Word app on their phone, will they have to sign in? Probably not, because if they're doing it on their phone, once they've done it one time, it pretty much saves their access rights on the phone. So no, they won't have to keep signing in every time. They go to a computer, pretty much once you go to office.com, once you've signed in one time, it remembers you. It remembers the IP address of the computer, so they probably won't have to keep logging in. Trying to cut and paste the link into the resources. I wonder if there's just something. Try a different, Alan. Try a different link instead of the one movie link you have. Maybe there's a secure code in that link that's not allowing them to view the video. I don't know if it's a YouTube video or not. So thank you very much, Pat. I really appreciate your help today. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's about it. Any last minute questions? I'm going to sign off. I think my voice has been on the line now for 2 hours, and I think everybody's, the world is probably tired of hearing me. So, no problem, Chris. Thank you so much. Thanks for the nice words. I appreciate that. Any other questions? Again, ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to call me, 523-3654. My number is always on any of my emails. Feel free to call me. Sometimes a quick fix is easier, honestly, with a phone call than it is with an email, because by the time we keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, we should have just called, or I can fire up a webinar like this and share your screen and see what you're doing right or wrong. So If it's something that is absolutely having you baffled, then please feel free to call me. Okay, it's not a problem. Just trying to, 11 o'clock. After that, it gets a little bit late. But anything up until then, I'm pretty much awake and doing stuff. All right, I'm going to end the webinar. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. We're going to be doing webinars 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 all over again tomorrow on Friday. So the whole day. So feel free to stop on by on those. So thank you very much and have a good night.